everyone, I'm Arushi Dhingra and this is my second YouTube video. So if you haven't already seen my first one, here I'll put a link up on the information box right there. You can see my profile and all the universities that I had shortlisted. Thank you so much for all your support and I hope that you keep watching these and I hope that they're helpful. So I thought that I would make a list of all the things that I have to discuss today. So I would put all the things and the timestamps here. So if you want to just skip to the part that you find the most relevant, you can go through and go ahead and do that. And if you would like to stick around the whole video, please. Right. So the first thing is, what is Kaplan? So basically, Kaplan is a company which has partnership with a lot of universities, and now if you apply through Kaplan, you can get a fee waiver to the university's application fee. ASU has a fees of around $115 for their application, and if you apply through Kaplan, you can waive that off and you can apply to ASU for free, which is pretty cool. And I think they do that because all they need is your data, your email ID, your contact number, so they can advertise their products to you. So all they need is your data, and this is what that is all about, right? One of the questions that one of you guys have asked me is that, does applying through Kaplan decrease my chances of an admit? And obviously it is a very valid question, because if you think about it, you are someone who is not paying the money, and doesn't a person who is paying the money have an advantage over you? So it is a pretty valid question, but in my opinion, no. Applying through Kaplan does not make your chances of getting an admit tough. I think that after a certain point in the pipeline, I think we are all pooled together, the ones who have paid, the ones who have not paid, and we have all been given our ASU accounts. And I think the applications are evaluated in a very unbiased manner. So yeah, I don't think that applying through Kaplan decreases your chances of an admit. For the timeline part, I would like to take you to the screen and show you all the mails that I had with Kaplan. But basically, I applied on 10th of November. My application was submitted on 18th of November, and I got my admit on 15th of December. So this was basically it. And I got a scholarship on, I would like to say, on around 10th January, which was almost a month after my admit. So this is basically my timeline, and let's get to the next screen.
So hi from a different screen for point number 2, which is basically my timeline. So yeah, this is an email ID which I have exclusively made for the admission process, because I think that in your regular email ID, there are too many important emails that are already being coming in, going out. So there is a chance that you miss something. So I would recommend for everybody who is going through this process, you can make a separate email ID for all the university processes and everything like that. So for me, I started my application on 10th of November, and this is what I got. Your application to Arizona State University with Kaplan, right? This is when I submitted my application to Kaplan. This is what I got. Then my details were listed like this to check basically and tell them if there is something wrong or if there is something that they need to change, which is pretty great because it is very important. All the information is pretty important and it can be a make and break situation. So yeah, this is what I replied to them, which is not mandatory. I think it is important if you need to make some changes, but yeah, whatsoever, I replied to them. This was on 11th of November. This was on 10th of November. I am sorry. So yeah, I would be making a list of everything that I say over here on the screen too, so that it's easy to map. So here you can see that I got an email from Harish Lalchandani that they have gotten my application. So this is not Arizona State University getting my application. This is just Kaplan getting my application. So you can see how long this takes. On 10th, I applied. On 16th November, 6 days after that, they said that they had gotten the application on Kaplan, not even on ASU as of now, right? So if you are pretty close to the deadline, I would not suggest applying through Kaplan, but it is because it is possible that during this pipeline, your deadline gets over. So the first deadline that ASU gave us was around 1st of November, and I was getting pretty anxious because it is 16th already. But yeah, well, I did not know it took that much time. On 17th of November, this was when I got an email, which was 7 days after I had applied, almost a week after I had applied, to say that I can now activate my Azurite ID, which was the ASU ID. On 18th of November, this was the first email that I have gotten from ASU. This is when I was pretty relieved that phew, now I have things under control. 18th November, I was like, fine, they have finally submitted my application. Now basically Kaplan took 8 days to do this, and you can do it in like 5 minutes if you simply just pay the $115. So if you are short on time, this is what I'll say, don't go through that. I have seen people who were in this pipeline from Kaplan to ASU for around 20 days also, but now that I applied, I did not have to wait that much. Now on 19th, I got this from ASU, and this was, thank you for submitting your application at ASU. Now, I would like to take you guys to my ASU account. Now, nothing is coming over here, but when I applied, there was a result awaiting sign, and that was pretty much it. And here was a priority task. I had a lot of priority tasks at first. One was the transcript verification, one was the TOEFL verification. I had done everything, so I was just waiting for it to just clear on its own, and it did. It took around 7 days to clear on its own, but it did. So 6th on December was when my priority list had cleared up, and then after the priority list cleared, it got into under review on, I think, 15. So this was the email that I had gotten, that congratulations on being admitted, and I would be putting something here which shows you how cool everything was, the confetti animation and everything. So yeah, after applying, this is now my screen. It shows all the priority tasks. These were added after my admit. So now, after like 1 month of applying to ASU, I had gotten a scholarship in the mail. It came in spam, and I had gotten a scholarship of $6,000. So if you want to see your scholarship on your my ASU profile, that is possible. So you just have to go to your finances tab over here, and here you can see that for the semester fall 22, I got a $3,000, and for the spring 23, which is another 6 months, I got a $3,000 additionally. So this is basically a $6,000 scholarship. Now some of you have asked me that how did I got a scholarship and did I do something for it. So there are a lot of people that had in their SOP itself said that they need financial aid if it is possible. And yeah, I think you can do that, because a lot of those people have gotten scholarships just because they asked for it. And I think it is a pretty great chance that you can take. Probably you can mail them or something if you want a financial aid or if you're looking for a scholarship. But basically ASU does not work like that all the time, because I basically did not mention that I need financial aid whatsoever, and ASU basically sees your CGPA. So if your CGPA is above the 8.8 or your GRE is pretty great or both of those things, there's a pretty high chance of you getting your scholarships. So if your numbers are great, you get a pretty decent scholarship. I have seen people getting $10,000. Like I got 6,000. I have seen people getting 10,000 up to 12,000 for 1 year, which is amazing. Right. So I think that is it for this video. Bye bye. And please, if you like, please subscribe.